Hello Year 5, it's Mrs Gill here. Welcome to Week 3, Tuesday's maths session. So we're going to begin today with a little bit more work on rounding and adjusting. We're today just going to be having a look at recapping just once again how we can actually round and adjust some larger numbers and apply that same strategy of adding 9 to these. So just a quick recap then, we've got 456 add 199. We obviously know that this is close to 200. So we can do 456 add 200, which gives us a total of 656. And then we can do 656. And remembering again, this time we will be subtracting 1 because we've added on 1 too many. 655 for that one. On to this one then, a little bit trickier. This 2,998 is 2 away from 3,000. So we can do 6,837 add 3,000 equals 9,837. However, we've obviously added on 2 too many. So we take our 9,837 and we need to subtract 2 ones, which gives us the answer of 9,835. And the last one then, particularly if you're in blue group, I'd like you to have a go at maybe some of these today. We're looking at 2.9, and here we're actually looking at the fact that 2.9 is only 0.1 away, 1/10 away from 3. So we could do 6.7 subtract 3 equals, add 3 even, equals 9.7. And then we have 9.7 and we've added on 0.1 too much, 1/10 too much. So we get 9.6. So the answer is 9.6 for this one. Okay, so what you are going to do now for me then is have a little look at this one. Is there more than one way that we can round and adjust this question? 28 add 9. You might want to pause the video now and explore. So, there are actually a number of ways. We're going to start by rounding our 39 in the first calculation here. So we've done 28 add 40, obviously would give us 68. Just to jot that down there, minus 1 equals 67. But obviously, also 28 is very close to 30. So we could do 39 add 30, which would obviously give us 69, but this time we've added on 2 too many, so we need to subtract 2. Another thing we can think about is actually both numbers are very close to tens. Is it easier to add 30 adds 40, which gives us 70, minus 2 too many from our 28, obviously leaves us with 68, and then minus 1 because we've got 1 too many from our 39. So the answer there then is 67. So that's just another kind of calculation, a different way you can play around with the numbers. And another example here, obviously we've got 49 is very close to 50. So we've used our strategy there of minusing 50 and adding 50, done that twice now, adding 50 and minusing 1, the 1 too many. We're obviously close to 100 here with 98. So we've got our example here of adding 100, subtracting 2 because we had 2 too many. And finally, actually doing both, so rounding both up and minusing obviously all together 2 from the 98 and 1 from the 49 to give us 147. So lots of different ways that we can play around with these numbers and maybe more efficient ways rather than always just resorting back to our column method. So once again, have a go at completing. Choose a column, red challenge or blue challenge. Spending no more than about 10 minutes on this. If you wish to, you can come up with some of your own as well. Maybe trying some more of those ones that we've just explored. So you'd like to pause the video now. And here we have the answers. Okay, so today will be quite a lot of recapping of previous Year 5 work. Over the next couple of weeks we will be developing our addition and subtraction skills in order to solve problems. So we're just going to make sure that today we're really secure with adding in a column. So to be successful, it's going to be really important. You may need to use place value grids, particularly if you're looking at adding decimals. Laying your work out clearly and really making sure you're recognising the value of each digit and its importance in its position, otherwise it can affect the accuracy of your calculations. So if we just look at the first example here, we've obviously got two numbers with a different number of place values, if you like, and we can see here we've got 645,675 add 32,679. So when we are adding in a column, it's going to be really, really important then that as we record our numbers, the largest number on the top, that we line up our columns correctly. It's no good me starting to fill out my number below. I need to think about the value of actually what is that 3 worth in my number, and it's worth 32,000. It's worth the 30, which is the tens of thousands. We've got our 30 in our tens of thousands and 2 in our thousands column, and it's really important that we line all those numbers up correctly. So let's add those together. 5 ones and 9 ones is 14 ones. Carry over our 10 ones. 7 tens add 7 tens is 14 tens. Add another 10 is 15 tens. Carry over our 10 tens, make 100. 600 and another 600 is 12 hundreds. Add another is 1300. Carry over our 10 hundreds, as that makes 1,000. 5,000 add 2,000 is 7,000. Add another 1,000 is 8,000. And 4,000 add 40,000. So 4 tens of thousands add 30,000 gives us 70,000. And finally we've got here 600,000 add nothing. There's obviously 600,000 there. So we've got our answer, 678,354 there, and just making sure we're lining up those columns correctly. You may also get some decimal numbers today, and we really need to think very carefully about making sure, and again, this is lined up really clearly. So we've got our number 3,678.9. So I can just see here I've got 9 tenths. Now if I look at my second number, 34.77, I can actually see that I've got tenths and I've actually got hundredths, which is going to be really important. Your decimal point must line up. The decimal point should not move. It always needs to be in line. So we've got our 30 in our tens column. So I'm just going to put our tens here just to label it up so it's really clear. Our 30, 4 ones, 7 tens and 7 hundreds. As we add that together there. So 7 hundredths add no hundredths is 7 hundredths. We've got 9 tenths add 7 tenths, which is 16 tenths. So we've got 6 tenths. Carry over our 10 tenths to make 1 whole. We've got 8 ones add 4 ones is 12. Add 1 more is 13. Carry over our 10 ones. 7 tens add 3 tens is obviously 10 tens. And another one is 11 tens. So we carry over that 10 tens to our hundreds column. You can see here we've got 600, add 100, 700, and finally 3,000 add nothing is 3,000. So it's just really important today that you make sure that you label those columns, if that will help you, and also make sure you line those up correctly. Once you've had a go at some calculations, you'll also find some missing problems. So you might find that there's some digits missing in some of the calculations, like my example here. And you've basically got to work out what those missing numbers must be. And then there's also some spot the mistakes to see if you can see where I have gone wrong. We look forward to seeing your work. Thank you.